good morning, or I should probably say good afternoon. We're alive, and we're back. We're actually back. Subson has already subbed for 15 months, which is pretty cool. How are you doing, Subson? How have you all been? How have you all been?
Welcome back, Streamer.
Is the music a bit loud? It looks like it might be a little bit loud. Actually, no. It looks fine. Failures with the 50 months at tier 2. You have that sort of stonkage, Failures? You've been holding that tier 2 firm for quite some time now. How much do they pay you? Not enough. Not enough is the correct answer to that. How you doing, Thomas? Lamb crisps. Lamb crisps is what Tim has. Lamb and mint crisps. I mean, lamb and mint is a great combo. I've never heard of it being in crisps, though. What brand of crisps is that? Sell out. Our overlord, savior, right, is here. How you doing, Horizon? And they've also just subbed for 68 months at tier 2, just to ratio Failures into the ground with a lol. Which, to be fair, very weird and off topic, though now on topic. I was talking about lol with my mum this morning. I popped to Sainsbury's because Sainsbury's is the closest supermarket. I promise I'm really not middle class. But we were talking about the origin of lol and how it's now like a word in the dictionary and everything. And then I remembered that there was a time in history where text message acronyms were quite the thing, right? But if you were trying to say what you said, you wouldn't say lol, because that wasn't really established as a word. You say, oh, I just put LOL. And there might still be people nowadays who actually say LOL. I feel like even saying it hurts a bit of my soul. But I think we can all confess that we are guilty of it, or at least on one occasion. I think there's honestly a thing to say LOL. Yeah, my mum was talking about League, you're right. Hello, Bastions, Joe. Like a peasant with your BLT. There's nothing wrong with a BLT. I mean, to be honest, yes, there is. Tomato is just like overrated moisture with a weird texture. Tomato is just, I feel like we probably talked about this once before. But I'm on the no tomato side of the fence. I mean, I'm pretty on the fence. I don't mind. Is it big enough and dry enough burger or sandwich in this case? Then tomato's okay, but like, I very rarely miss tomato. I'm quite happy. Sometimes I might even take it off my burger. But maybe that's weird of me. What's up, Vex? Also, shout out to Vex, guys. You may have noticed this in Discord. You may have not. But Vex Nitro boosted the server, I think literally today, which is pretty cool. About to beat your last record. Keep up the support. Give us more money, says Twitch, who are drowning for money. Fuck
Steve,
Twitch.
when are you getting that walking wake tattoo?
When am I getting the walking wake tattoo? No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, after his strong start so far, after 3 weeks, I was going to say if Failures wins Season 10, I'll get a walking wake tattoo, but that is not something I can say. I know people will throw for that to happen, and I will probably never have a tattoo. I don't know. Tattoos are my thing. Maybe in a few years, I'll be partial to them, but I can't see myself getting a tattoo. Not ever. I think they look great on the right people, but I am definitely not the right person. Yeah, so I'm not saying if Failures wins Season 10. This is too early days, and he's looking too competitive at the moment. And I got pinged, apparently saying that he's played so well by Vex this morning, so I'm worried that he's won again. But we'll find out that when we get to the Miles Conference. We'll be starting with the Smiles Conference today, in case you haven't figured that one out. Fuck tomatoes. Tomatoes all right? Yeah, it's just like, I'm just surprised that it's become so standard to have a tomato on a burger. You know, I get that some people will like it, But I feel like... I don't know. It shouldn't be on the same tier as, like, onions or sauce. It seems so... Or lettuce, you know? Lettuce and onions, yeah. But tomatoes are not on the same level. I don't know. Last time I bartered, I ended up as a VTuber. Yeah, that did happen. We don't need to talk about that. So where are we this week? Obviously, I've been away. This is a late stream, and assuming we get the replays in time, I'm happy to get back on track with a Sunday stream, but I gather it's a little bit of a short turnover for this week's games, but as we are kind of in week 5, but this is week 4, and we haven't seen the games, albeit some of you may have seen the games. I have not. And currently the situation in the Smiles Conference is the new hotshot team, the Limerick Lumineon, perhaps the hottest Irish team. We'll find out this week, I do believe, though, as if I remember opening a replay, it is the Belfast Blazikens against the Limerick Lumineon this week, so we'll find out. The Belfast Blazikens, of course, with an early dropped game. Goshe Gallade and the Mimikyu Mimes join them. What a start for the season it's been so far for Tangent Yeti and those pink boys. In the meantime, other highlights include the Fish Pond SuperRods getting their first win in franchise history. So watch out, because they're coming for their opponent this week. In fact, I believe it's the Amsterdam's Aggron. That'll be a great game as well. We await the first win for the Irish Inkays, and also whether or not the Leeds Ludicolos will get going this season. Surprised to see the Entei currently winless after 3, although it's a pretty wild draft they've given themselves, and no surprises to the Yanma sandbagging early. Alright, shall we see what's going on? Let's see. In our first replay, let's see who this is. Well, it looks like the Rotterdam Rotoms to me against the Yorkshire Yanma. Okay. Let's get into it. We see the Knuckle Stack best tier 5 ever combined with the Diggersby for some bappage. There's an angry Tusk. That looks hella angry, in fact. Where is the switch in? Corviknight and Knucklestack somewhat, but Knucklestack needs to get his Terror off before he can switch in. Dempis, how are you doing? 66 months. Dempis, good to see you again, man. Boom. Iron Bundle, the aggressive opener, finds the Great Tusk straight away. The Scarf! Is that Scarf? It is! And a turn 1 Greed from Casper. He was not expecting the aggressive Great Tusk. He was expecting the rocks or something. A Terra Flying Dragon Dance. Terra Blast. Tangrowth takes it like a champion. I'm doing alright, Dempis. Thanks. How you doing? I'm trying to get you to hatch in Emerald Kaiser, I'll be honest. It's been too long. We got a stressful split coming up. U-turn. Gooey, not that that really matters. Corviknight getting U-turn is pretty cool. And in comes Big Dragon again. Dragon Claw. It just kills. Oh my goodness. And that's Gooey. I guess not wanting to allow the free Dragon Dance from Icy. Armarouge comes in. Terra Ice. And that also has Terra crit one shot. Did that crit matter? Probably. A double trying to force a switch from Casper. But the stay in. As in comes the Great Tusk again. How does Corviknight take this? It's just able to take the close combats without too much issue. Hang on a minute. But the Brave Bird recoil puts it into range. And suddenly... Is this thing just... Bro. The Knucklestack can't Terra. It's like... useless. Casper's... Does this live? Probably one, right? Oh, this is not ideal for Casper and the Rotoms. Used up the Terror. Switched in the Toxtricity when it couldn't take 2 CCs. And the angry Donphan has surely given Icy his first win on the board for the season. You would think. The Tangrowth holds too strong. The Kingambit and the Yanmega are there in the back. Not even required. Diggersby cannot get off an Agility and a Swords Dance, of which it would need both to save the game. What does Armor Cannon do? What type is it? Are you telling me that this Rock-type Knuckle-Stack Dwayne is going to turn this game? I mean, I think Icy's just sacking the Armarouge for a switch in, to be honest. Which is surprising, given he's not trapped, is he? Oh, in comes the Gambit. Body press for a lot of damage. Bonk! Iron Head. Return, predicting the switch. Not to be. Classic late game where you're banking on your opponent getting greedy for differential. And hoping that it can pull you back into the game. But then I feel like in league play, sometimes you really gotta accept that you're gonna catch the L and save your own differential. You know, I feel like, I don't know. It takes a lot to cut your losses. And it ends up being the Kingambit cleanup. 5-0. And if the Yanma are starting the cooking now, if they're opening the kitchen after just 3 losses, then Smiles needs to watch out. Okay, what do we got next? The Scorbunnies against the Mimes. Okay. Very cool. We've got the tall logos. Very nice. I feel like, is this a rivalry? Would the coaches say this is a rivalry? I mean, it's probably not a rivalry, let's be real. But they both have similar dimensions on their logo, and that is definitely grounds for a rivalry, I think, in Draft League. New chess meta just dropped. That is true. Kingambit doing the bits. This is a friendly rivalry. That's true. I mean, isn't that every game in Smiles Go for Miles, really? The Melmetal is here. The Mega Venusaur. The bulky offense Chadness from Yeti. Hold up. The Seismitoad plus the Eel. Will Regirock be allowed to play the game? I mean, with a Mega Pidgeot as well? If the Melmetal can be dealt with, this looks very promising, but I am concerned that Baxcalibur is also a problem if it gets off a Dragon Dance. Yeti will certainly be looking to go 4-0, and I'd like to look at history after this if he does, and see if this is his strongest start to a season yet. As we see the Psychic Terrain boosting the future sight. Hold up. Focus Blast. This Giraffe don't give a fuck. A long mana Magnola. Shadow Ball for 27%. That's a bulky Tapu Lele. That old Giraffe doesn't really hit for much. Moonblast. Damage. But the Wish. I mean, this is the bulkiest Giraffe I've ever seen. I did not think this thing was this bulky. That is a very brave Venusaur switch in. Gets crit with the Moonblast. Confident in the outspeed. Just tanks the Psy Shock. Gets the knockoff. It's Assault Vest. Is this how you want to be using the Mega Venusaur? The Terrakion is there, I guess. There's the Mandibuzz for it. Matthew's worker has literally just clicked buttons this game. But very depressingly for it, this giraffe does not care about your Tapu Lele. Yield tapes the future sight. Melmetal on the knockoff. It's a U-turn from Azazel. In comes Lele. On the... hoping to hit the Focus Blast Alpha mode then. And will for 53%. As a double Iron Bash takes down the Lele with one last Psychic Terrain going up. Alright. First kill. 14 turns in. Here's Terrakion. How bulky. Protect Melmetal with leftovers. Some would say cringe. It's rather smart in a matchup where you're expecting choice items and then over-predicting. Not so smart. Melmetal getting greedy, hoping for the over-predict. In comes the Transistor Boy. And in comes the ground type. Not so hot. For Regirock, back in. Currently carrying the battle. Substitute. No. What is this thing? Surely it can't kill. Toxic. Subtoxic. Seismita. Huh? Oh my god. Subtoxic knockoff. Bro. This is insane. I mean, this is a future sight's going to hit, though. This is a sort of smart, scummy set I would run. So I kind of like it. But big future sight. Hurricane for 42%. Take him. Glaive Rush. I don't even know what that is. It's clearly Dragon type. An Ice Shard takes down the bird. But is surprisingly left in. Why was the Pidgeot in? I have so many questions. Stone Edge will pick up the return kill. This Life Orb gonna hurt. A hard close combat to the face. Does Regirock just get the kill though? It can't. It's stuck with Future Sight. As the Toxic doing the work. This is close, man. This is close. But does Mandibuzz die? I mean, if Terrakion stays alive, sure. Future Sight taken again by the eel. But now it's slow. It's been left in. And Venusaur can heal. Oh, no. Oh. Is that game? It needs to be like Specs Dragapult. I think Venusaur wins. You can't leave in something that's going to allow the synthesis. I really thought it was going to be a U-turn to kill the Regirock rather than a flamethrower. I think Azazel and Raindrop might have just dropped the game there. Terrakion's in. Oh no. Oh! And a synthesis. Yet he knows he can just stay in. It does 40%. It doesn't matter. Why did you let Pidgeot die? Why did you let Mega Venusaur claims another soul. Or does it? Foul play says goodbye, I'm sure. This thing ain't gonna die. It ain't gonna die. It ain't gonna die. What are you, Berry? What are we seeing here? It's leftovers. It's leftovers. We need a crit like... Wait. The Toxic Stool. Wait. Hold up. There's no way. I mean, Venusaur's still too healthy. Oh! I don't know what Dragon Dance does. It clearly hits multiple times. I don't think... I mean, by that... Look at that damage. Surely it's not going to be enough. Oh. Oh. Oh! Boom! Isn't Phantom Force like 120 power? I feel like there's a reason why physical Dragapult isn't that often seen. Only 90. I guess it doesn't get Poltergeist then, huh? Oh, Shadow Force. I was getting it mixed up with that. Well, that's depressing, but I feel like Raindrop and Azazel only have themselves to look at there. Yeti will hold with the Mega Venusaur, and he will move the Mimes to a 4-0 record. We'll touch back in on that after this week's games, as we've got plenty more to look at here. We have got the Portishead Ponyta up against some opposition right here. It's the new, still winless, Leeds Ludicolos. Alright, what can we expect out of this game? There is an Urshifu and a Kangaskhan. They're going to go hit, hit, hit. Luke will certainly be looking to smash some shells and hit, hit, hit himself. And then there's a Ferrothorn that might set hazards. This is going to be an aggressive game, I think we can expect. Thank you, by the way, Gym Leader Streamer Lono, for the follow. Eyo, hello, hola, ciao, bonjour. Hello. Hello. Hello is definitely the correct one there for us. Okie dokie. I mean, obviously, let's not beat around the bush. The Lincoln Ludicolos are underdogs here. How do they win this? Let me see a path for them to win. The X-Cloud could go hard whenever it gets in. I just don't know how it gets in without being outsped and smacked in the face and then the revenge killed. A hard game. Pokemon, what happened to you? Okay. Why is Sneasel there? Does it outspeed Valiant? It does not outspeed Valiant. Oh well, probably for something that didn't come. Kangaskhan is in, peaked in 2015. Yes, the latter yes. There you are. Fake Out will break any sashes of this lead. I'm surprised at the lead. Oh. Surprised at this lead Barbaracle. I'm pretty sure it's just going to get sucker punched. Thought maybe a Crustle lead could set some hazards. No Aqua Jet, no damage. Kangaskhan puts in the work. Revenge on the Ferrothorn to deal with the Kangaskhan is a very cool idea. Dark Pulse Blastoise. No Shell Smash here. Blastoise is gone. This is going quite sideways for the Ludicolos. Lil Subson cleans up one. Here comes the Iron Valiant. Can it kill the Galarian Slowbro? There's damage on the Exploud. This is the real threat. Here it comes. Silvally Steel comes in. The drop on Shadow Ball, maybe in crit range now. A double into Ferrothorn. Goated play from Loop. Tanks the knockoff. Revenge! 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 Assault Fest! Boom! Gyro Ball! It's a kill! I have a feeling this might be Zoroark. Loop did not agree. Boom! Boom! Burst. It's not enough to kill. Or is it? Oh, for flipping parting shot, man. Crit! Boom! Sorry. What the fuck is a Chillenberry? It just happens to weaken normal type moves, which allows you to switch in on a Boom Burst. That is such a cool, sweaty play from Harry. It's just sweaty. It's not cool. Any weak armor procs? No. Surging Strikes will pick up the kill. Iron Valiant is in. Oh, the T-Bolt Para! This is so depressing to watch, man. Alright, well, it's going to be 5-0, most likely 4. The Para, of course. And there you have it. 4-0 to the Portishead Ponyta. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. 23 turns. If only the battle could have been just a little bit faster. So we move on to our next Smiles Conference battle. And it is a wild one. The Ariana's Altarias and the Liverpool Littens going off. And it's a high-stakes matchup. This one, maybe not with as many eyes on it as it probably should, because of where the teams currently are in the conference. But that's kind of why it's so hot, right? I mean, neither of these teams have got us to the start they would have liked. So the Lokix can maybe do some damage, but I think between the Chestnut and maybe the Bronzong, it shouldn't be the most crazy threat. And you can also tell the Sneasler has to bust through said Bronzong as well. Scary times, but the Aerodactyl, you would expect maybe a Scarf Raikou to cover off, which would be a very happy Raikou because there is no ground type from either team. These are some happy electric types. Yeah, your team is looking real spiky, Joe, actually. What the hell? And we do see that Rotom opener immediately tricks the Scarf onto the Florges. What a play. Baton Pass. I forgot Florges now apparently gets Baton Pass, so it doesn't really matter that it's Scarfed. I mean, I would say it's a great play from Mariana, but the Florges is just going to be a Baton Pass bot now. I mean, I guess at least you know what it's going to do. It is a good play. Scald comes through, no burn from Raikou for reasons, who stays in. Probably not choiced then. And indeed not. Oh, you poor Barrascuda. That is a howler from the Altarias. You saw the Raikou staying in and must have assumed it was a choice for some reason. Just a bit of a brain fart, and suddenly there's no Barrascuda. I mean, I don't think the Barrascuda was in its most best matchup, but it's still a big impact mon. And forces switches. Raikou in, the Decidueye likewise now off that Volt Switch, and now another Volt Switch. Click, pivot, move, and win. Crit for the Volt Switch. A lot of damage. Showstun to edge it out. Here's a Florges. Just click Baton Pass and use it as a pivot. Forehead. Here's Sneasler. As the wish goes up, we see a Bronzong coming in. We do. Sneasler. Here is the Mon. Gunk shot. Happily taken. There's the U-turn. No choice on this Sneasler. Toxic misses. And he paid back for that crit. Really, Ariana will be happy about that Toxic dodge. Overheat hits. Raikou pretty chunky. Does take it, but it's very low. Nearly in Rock's range. And is outsped, in fact. A nice Scarf for a bit. Well, it was not max speed Raikou. Is what I have learnt from that. That or it was... I don't know. That was clicking Roar or something? Volt Switch. Eaten by Blastoise. Thanks for the -4. Sneasler in. Very aggressively. Tanks an Ice Beam. And Freeze... Whoa! 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 Diaclaw! Poisons with the Poison Touch. Rapid Spin. Increasing speed, though. And suddenly, this is a fast Blastoise. It's the Water Pulse. Will outspeed and gets the confusion. There is so much RNG flinging about in this battle. As, oh! The Scarfed Decidueye could have cleaned up. And the confusion ends up mattering. This is wild. Ariana, really... I don't know what's happened to... We used to meme Ariana for being quite fortunate with RNG, but I mean... What goes around comes around, and unfortunately you get no control over it, and these past couple seasons have not been too friendly, it feels like. In comes low kicks, but, I mean... Florges is just sort of here. Sneasler hoping to catch the pivot. There's Chestnut. Will come in, but you'd expect a Terra! It didn't Terra! Gunk shot misses. This is ridiculous. Bronzong now in. Oh, this is just tilting. Yo, how you doing, little Gardeny? I've been screwing around on Showdown and made this monstrosity. Well, I don't know what that monstrosity is because it's been pasted. If you want to share your team, feel free to join the Discord, !Discord. Bulkier Raikou. Fair enough. Here we go. Bronzong to be sacked to the overheat, but it's a defog. The lefty's recovery from the Rotom heat, but you would expect this to be damage control. I mean, I say that. There is still an Aerodactyl, but I don't think it can one-shot Overquill. And it is Intimidate Overquill, especially in that regard. That thing just tanks it. I assume we've also still got a Terra... Oh! There's a Gunk Shot miss in return. I assume we've still got a Terra Chestnut in the back. Although, Sword Stance. This is not over yet. Alright. Boom! Sucker Punch hits. But it's not enough. This thing gets body pressed. Surprised at the Sucker Punch, really, over any other move. Leech Life. Oop, Rocky Helmet. A lot of damage. Overquill is in. Terra Bug. Sucker Punch fails. Agility? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. And no Sucker Punch there. And it might have mattered because the Life Orb. Oh my goodness. Terra Water? Agility, the turnaround. Overquill is going to clean up. You might have expected Swift Swim Rain Dance, but you don't expect Intimidate Agility. The Life Orb is going to be enough damage to one-shot Mega Aerodactyl. Nutty. Would Leech Life have killed at +1? I would think so, but it would have expected to be outsped. So... I guess it shouldn't have been outsped, but maybe it was adamant. I don't know. Wild. What a battle. I've moved on immediately, but I don't have the logos ready for this one, which is the Arnhem Appletuns against the Gloucestershire Gallade. That's a very big turnaround for the Littens in what was a very difficult to replicate battle. A battle of greens. Here we go. Will Gallade continue to do work? Gallade against Mega Gallade. I mean, Gallade is probably going to do work. There's no happy close combat switch in. Whereas Mega Gallade is much more answered. Unless it's running Fire Punch for the Mega Scizor. I don't think it's going to have as much fun as a Tinkaton there as well. But we'll see as we get the battle underway. And it is Gallade, the Mega, opening against Shaman. You've just missed your battle. Triple Axel hitting for a lot of damage. Oh, okay. It misses on the third attempt. Leech Seed is set up. Mega Gallade not happy about that triple axle whiff on the third. Nice. Articuno is in. Won't be staying. It might be staying in. Is this hidden power fire? No, it just gets that quick U-turn off. Expecting the U-turn, of course, now from Scizor, who was predicting the U-turn. Predicting, yeah, the switch even. No hazards up. Expect pivoting spam. As here's the free rocks for Nidoqueen. Actually does go aggressive on the earth power. Does respect the power of the Entei and didn't want to take any crazy risks, understandably. Wish from Vaporeon. No, it's flip turn. Click the pivot move, of course. What am I thinking? In comes Entei now, looking to force a switch. Nice little play around. There's no Sacred Fire switch in. Here we go. Terra Dragon to take the miss on Sacred Fire. Are you kidding me? That's like 95% accurate. Jesus Christ. Shaman Terra Dragon is actually terrifying from a defensive standpoint. What is it with the fucking Leech Seeders terrating and then just being so annoying? There's Toxic. I'm not expecting Heal Bell Articuno as much. Well, here is the Hydreigon. Earth Powers predicting a switch to the Tinkaton. Subzan staying in at the perfect time. Very big cock play from Subzan. Bastion's not willing to click the button, and understandably so. That's a big turn 9. We see a switch here. Will-O-Wisp misses the Scizor. Oh, no. No, that's not okay. No, and now the Rotoms in Sacred Sword range. It wouldn't have been had the burn hit. That's so cruel for Bastions. That battle has been so tipped out of his favor. It was already slipping, but it is now almost off the cliff. Knockoff from the Tinkaton. As the rocks are set by the Hammergal. Beaming in. What can Vaporeon do? Kind of has to... I don't know if it had to protect, but maybe if it was worried about the big hammer move. Toxic placed. You see a flip turn from the Vaporeon, but it's going to have to be Hydreigon. And now it's another dilemma. Does Bastion stay in again to click Draco Meteor? This is so problematic. Tinkaton does come in this time, as you would probably expect on this occasion. Flamethrower, well read. And we'll pick up the kill. Life Orb Hydreigon here. Going aggressive. Does it have Roost, is my question. Because Gallade has come in, and where is the switch in? Vaporeon comes in, but it's Toxic. This isn't a switch in. It takes the Rock Sacred Sword. 60%. Oh dear, oh dear. Down goes another. And this is falling apart. The Gallade. The Mega Gallade, the only hope of redemption. But it just doesn't have enough move slots to do what needs to be done. Knock off. Oh, goodness. Fire Punch is there, and it lives on 1%! Oh my god! This is cruel. And now, Gallade is back. And it kills with Sacred Sword. It doesn't care. Entei is in. Does it even live the Sacred Sword? I don't know. It does, perhaps. Or didn't maybe not want it to take a ban at extreme speed. We see Terra Normal. And the extreme speed is there. That is a whole lot of damage. Life Orb, of course. And this Shaman, what work it has done this battle. The Gallade evolving with every season. It's another painful battle for the Arnhem Appletuns, who are always forever chasing that upper echelon of the conference, but only ever really able to scratch it. Sacred Fire does hit on this occasion. And frankly, you know, a Sacred Fire hit earlier. Albeit that one less important on the Shaman. The big term was the Will-O-Wisp miss on the Mega Scizor. I think we could have seen this be more likely a 1-0 finish had that Will-O-Wisp have hit. Teams in Poker General? Awesome. I mean, we can guarantee I'll be having a look at it. Some of the more impatient might give you feedback on it straight away. Bosh. We know this is going to be Scarf. It's hard, does the Gallade. And there it is. 3-0. The win goes to the Gloucestershire Gallade. Scarf Gallade is quite the cleanup, and apparently it's a mid-game cleanup as well. Pretty sure we have got the Irish battle coming up now. Indeed, we do. It is the Limerick Lumineon against the Belfast Blazikens. Alright, this should be a good one. Lumineon, of course, ahead of the Blazikens and actually top of the Smiles Conference at the moment of this battle. The Gholdengo is a party player. This looks like a big full Volcarona commit, though. But I can't see Volcarona doing much with Aurorus. Certainly geared up to deal with it, you would imagine. Jirachi has come. I'm curious what set it is, actually. It's probably special Jirachi. You wouldn't run... Yeah. I mean, the Jirachi is... It can be a decent Lopunny switch in. Maybe like defensive with Rocky Helmet, but then obviously Clodsire is there. But like, Jirachi can't really play the game with Zapdos in the battle. There's Bombird. The bird will try and do a dent. But it looks pretty hard between the Mega Lopunny, Gholdengo, and Zapdos. And with Aurorus there, it's going to be able to deal with at least one of the setup sweepers of Volcarona and Mega Altarias. Let's see what Slark has got up their sleeve to catch Pudding off guard, because I imagine he'd be pretty happy with the team preview. He's led the Crocodile and set the rocks. We've traded rocks with Clodsire, putting them up. Rock Slide predicting an early switch. And getting that. Predicting a switch into Levitate, Heavy Duty Boots, Cryogonal, I think was what Pudding was doing. Getting the flinch is very fortunate, though, to cover off that over-prediction. Yeah, what's up, Trox? Eye Teeth Eye, Hive Patib. And there is the Rock Slide. Will catch the switch. A hard switch back into Jirachi, predicting a switch into Gholdengo. Was that the idea? And what is this Jirachi got? It is leftovers. Zapdos is in. U-turn. Oh, they get away with it. I'm surprised to even see U-turn. But pivot moves too OP not to bring. Bombird here. News. Stone Edge. Easily taken. This Crocodile a big obstacle. But it's not like the battle even opens up if Sark can get rid of it. It's not like they have an electric type to spam Volt Switches or anything. So it's kind of hard. Head in, Levi. the Zapdos. Yes, Jirachi is not happy with this thing in. Yo, they're going to risk another U-turn. I mean, you've asked for that. You have completely asked for that. And a free U-turn. Rocks damage switch initiative. This has been comprehensive so far. It might be over in a couple turns. Lopunny is in. Free fake out damage coming through. This is brutal. Altaria will be dead to return here. Jirachi has to come in. This is... Oh, God. It's not even taken that well. Of course, Megalopony has U-turn. Very cool. And a full power on the Jirachi. I mean... I think they've... I mean, this is unlucky for Sark, but I feel like they've just been completely out-prepped and outplayed this whole battle. They did not bring the right mons, and if they did not bring the right sets to deal with this composition. And I feel like you know what's coming with Pudding. You know it's going to be these 5+1, in this case, Auroras. So there's no excuse, really. Snow warning up. We're looking to get the Veil going. How was the Welshlands? Yeah, well, it's chill. I spent a lot of this past weekend watching the snooker, actually. By a log fire. It was quite nice, although I had a fair bit of bits and bobs to do. So the snooker was good fun to watch. It was nice. The ultimate spin blocker is here. I mean, why would you bring Cryogonal into Goldango? You can't... Terra Fire, that's why. I mean, creative. The Veil is up, of course. Make It Rain is taken, thanks to the Terrifier. Pretty cool. Thunder Wave on the Goldango, and it hits. You get so much utility, man. Has Recover as well. What the fuck is this mod? It's like Mew, with a way better ability. Okay. That is nearly a one-shot from the return. And another full power. I mean... This should be 6-0, but it may not be. The bird is in. We'll force a sack out of the Crocodile. I'm really interested what you think of the team. I mean... I won't really have any strong opinions. I don't feel like I know anything about Gen 9. And besides, we got a Draft League week to enjoy right now. And then I'll be playing Emerald Kaizo probably, unless I fatigue randomly. I can't see that. Quite looking forward to it, actually. Auroras. I don't know why I'm on slow. This is... very over. Actually ran Iron Head Jirachi. That is... yeah. Like it'd be like... Toxic Wish Protect Flash Cannon. Maybe you squeeze in Future Sight. It was definitely the Jirachi set instead of this. Yeah, I mean it's physical Iron Head and U-turn spamming Jirachi. What is this physical Tentacruel with Rapid Spin to deal with a Volcarona setup? Physical Tentacruel is cool. It is a 6-0 for the Belfast Blazikens, who will be shooting right back up to alongside the top, bringing the Lumineon back down to their level. It's a reality check for Sark, but sort of needed battle. At times, they can be good for you. Shame it wasn't closer, but what can you say? Alright. We have got El Clasico. And it's here. The Berkshire Bellossom against the Stockmarkness Starmies. This a historic one. The Snorlax and the Haunter have come. There is no ghost resistance, in fairness. But how much damage can that Haunter really do is the question. There's a Galarian boy. How well can the Screamtail switch into things? Well, I can switch into pretty much anything other than the Escavalier, of course. So let's see. Tornadus is the opener, looking to keep things up. But obviously the Darmanitan Galar lead. Why not? Revealing that... Sorry. Bella has just stayed in, calling the Scarf bluff. That is insanity. I cannot believe I've just watched that turn 1. As in comes the Arcanine on what was an Icicle Crash anyway. That is... bleh. Early and easy teleport. Is it going to be Scarf Flygon? Terra Steel Flygon. Tanks the Moonblast. Stays in. Earth Powers. Surprised that it didn't just, like, Steel Wing or something. Oh my goodness. Mystical Fire. Lives on 1 HP. And we see a Roost. That's awkward for Sniper. Diamond Storm catching the switch. And getting the defense boost. Oh dear, Snorlax. Heavy Slam is still enough, though. Arcanine in. Kills with the Flamethrower. Meow, 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 meow. Power Gem. Changes to Rock. Kills. And Arcanine is down. It's a fatal kill for Bella, really. As that Arcanine is so often the backbone of this team. And the Terra Steel now is back in. Rocky Helmet knocked off. As Tornadus is in. And the Roost comes through. It's not Scarf Tornadus, so we saw it was Life Orb. That's what's wild. Heat Wave does hit and kill. And... yeah. I think Sniper just kind of forgot that Darmanitan was not Scarfed. Sludge Wave is a lot of damage. This Life Orb is doing a lot of work from the Tornadus, who is very, very fast. And I have to say, Galarian Darmanitan not being Scarfed is as good a guess as to any as to why. The fact that Chickadee Puff Fatty can set the rocks is cool, I guess, before it goes down. Obviously, this thing gets Flare Blitz. Terra Water on the Escavalier. And now that's going to get killed instead. Alright, type change is done for the battle, thankfully. As in comes the Meowscarada. Does Terra Rock and doesn't kill. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Life Orb, but it doesn't kill because Assault Vest is strong. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. It's another painful end in this matchup for the Starmies. And the Berkshire Bellossom will march on. Just too many problematic mons, it would seem, to deal with. And the Scarf Kyurem cleans up. Scarf Darmanitan nowhere to be seen. Was it banded? It didn't look like that banded damage. I don't know. Sad times for the Starmies, as we have a wild one here. Indeed, this is a winless matchup. And one of them will be getting their first win of the season, but one of these will be going 0-4. Not so hot. Really quite surprising. Don't forget, that's a featured matchup, guys. So nobody will be watching Nelson against Levon. So, we have got Sun. And we have got Sun. And a Solrock, I might add. The Solrock has come back. I am excited to see more Solrock action. Okay. Let's get into it. Surely Cat has to get a first win on the board. We see Double Sun. Dragon Dance Physical Zard Y into the Torkoal. Well, has just gotten yawned, I'm afraid. So Walking Wake is going to come in. Does not click yawn again. Sandy Shocks comes in. Raises that. I don't even know what I'm watching. Hydro Steam. The ground type is dead. Shock. I'm just amazed that Volcanion didn't come in. Calm Mind Uxie. Well, we know this is physical Charizard Y. So, here we go. Baton Pass. Volcanion is in. Should be able to take an Earthquake pretty well. Another Dragon Dance. Okay. Where's the Hydro Steam here? Oh! That crit. Certainly mattering. As in comes the Solrock, Terra's Fairy, Stone Edges, and crit one-shots back! Oh my god! That is funny. That is funny. Okay. Calm Mind here again. This Uxie is getting the passes off, baby. What are we seeing? Fluffy Pink Boy coming in? We are. Okay. Gets Will-O-Wisp. Koffagrigus is sat here like, I don't like the sun. Why am I in? Why am I in on all these special attackers? Piloswine in on the switch. 47%. Does just take another about. Fire off with an Earthquake Ice Shard. Well, Torkoal comes in. It's not going to like that Earthquake too much at all. But it's Icicle Crash. Because, of course, that thing's part flying. Don't ask me why I said Earthquake. But clearly would have been the right play. And the sun is up, so this thing gets another Thing Bob. Eruption taken pretty comfortably, given that Torkoal's not full HP, and this thing resists it 4 times over. Hydro Steam, and there's no Volcanion anymore. How does Uxie take it? Pretty okay. Not great, though, because it ain't got no leftovers, and it ain't going to get the Baton Pass or the Calm Mind off. Has to pick one or the other. Oh, there is a Trick Room. What can it do? Set rocks? It can Baton Pass, so one of the team has to die to this instead. Actually, apparently that does no damage. Right. It's going for it. Solrock is in. Boom. I mean, Solar Beam. Crits again! What is happening? I don't know. Alright, well, there's another booster thing. But down will Yuxi go. So, Roaring Moon is in, but there's a Cofagrigus. We see a double into the Anemoris, predicting a switch, but of course, this thing's actually faster because of the Proto thing, so... Draining Kiss for a bit of HP. At what cost, I'm afraid? This is a scary Piloswine. And I'm pretty sure it outspeeds, but does it kill with the Earthquake? Maybe if Leftovers Recovery. Oh, Rocks. Rocks, kind of the good middle ground players. Oh my goodness, it does not kill. That way there's no Sash plays with the Roaring Moon. The other... It's going faster. Please. This is just... I feel like Eruption Torkoal is not it. But I respect it nonetheless. Life Orb, Agility. We've seen this combo before this week. It's a fast pink thing. And the slow pink thing dies. And now, because the fast pink thing is so fast, it outspeeds the fast, busted, Rowry dragon thing. That dies too. Well, there you go. 3-0. The Entei will take it. So we move on to our last Smiles Conference battle of the week. We got a full house this week, in fact. Not a single missed replay. Helps when there's an extra few days, I guess. We have got Sigmoid going for back-to-back wins against the Amsterdam's Aggron, who are doing quite happily themselves right now. Still set at 2-1. And they could make it 3-1. You would probably back them to here. It's a Garchomp lead from the SuperRods. Alolan Ninetales in. As it does force an immediate switch to the Moltres on the freeze dry. Terra Rock. And Hidden Power Rock doesn't actually kill. As Air Slash was the move, predicting a switch to probably the Bug, if anything. But unfortunately, Terra is just a thing you have to permanently worry about. And there's a freeze on freeze dry. We don't like to see that. That is not cool. Calm Mind on the Ninetales. Well, the Stack Attacker and Mr. Stonker Tonker is here. Forcing a switch to the Araquanid on the Gyro Ball that still does 33%. That's crazy. Life Orb plus Rocky Helmet, though. Nearly as much damage to itself. Bramblegast on the Bonk. Whoa! That... What? Huh? The fucking damage. With the crit. Bramblegast, I thought, would take it a lot better, actually. Well, here's Gyarados. Good Dragon Dance in the face of. Or get the kill with the Moxie boost. No, because it's Intimidate. But Intimidate's fine. Did need a Dragon Dance to stay in on the incoming Infernape, though. As Fire Fang predicting a switch into the Toedscruel. Sigmoid's trying to make the plays, but Thomas, Sigmoid's forgetting he's playing against Thomas. Thomas don't really care. He does what he wants. Fire Punch hoping, but unfortunately not for Gardevoir. Will not be thawed for any free price. And it was Scarf as well. Would have been able to secure the kill. Unlucky with that freeze. And of course not able to thaw. Earthquake will get the kill. On what seems to be also a Scarf Garchomp. So in comes Salamence. In comes Gyarados. Is this a Dragon Dance though? Is this game? It is Dragon Dance. I don't know if it kills from here though. And indeed it seems not. So in comes the Ninetales for a little bit more chip, helped by the hail. Avalanche on the Gyarados is a cool tech. Stonka Tonka forcing in the Swampert Pomper, Terra, Grok, Stone Edge, and it misses. It misses. It could have been a fair bit of damage as well if it's offensive Swampert. Very unfortunate. Earthquake for 66%. And there's some spikes from the Garchomp. I mean, rocks would have been better objectively, but it's unfortunate. What have I just watched? A speed tie? Wait, no, it clicked Avalanche. Boom, boo, doo, 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 doo. This is sad because I feel like Sigmoid until the end actually played this battle quite well. And RNG kind of betrayed him. But Thomas will happily take it. It's going to be a nice and convincing 4-0 win. And let's see what that does to the standings. Because I think the Aggron might find themselves very, very high up in the standings. Smiles Conference, here we come. And let's pull up the history as well. Week 4 standings for the Smiles Conference are as follows. Only 2 unbeaten teams. And one of them, of course, the Gloucestershire Gallade. Yet the highest Mon difference in the conference goes to the Belfast Blazikens in a host of teams at a 3-1 record. The Amsterdam's Aggron do not care. They are the third most informed team in the league streak-wise. The Starmies and Appletuns round out the playoff positions, very hotly pursued by the Ponyta, Littens, Rotoms, and Scorbunny, a whole orange and red gang that apparently the Enteis and the Blazikens missed the memo for. 1-3 is the score for the Altarias Yanma. Enteis and 2 teams yet to play each other, of course. The Ludicolos and the Irish Inkays rounding out the bottom. The Mimes, unbeaten at the top. Let's see the starts to the season previously for the Mortacune Mimes. So the Mimes have started 3-1 before. They were 5th at the time in Season 8. I don't have last season on here, so I can't remember last season. The Mimes started 1-3 in Season 7. And that was when they entered the league, of course. So, fair play to Yelly. Yelly, yes, Yelly. It's like Nelly. We move on to the Miles Conference. I'm just going to open the replays and we'll have a look at the standings coming in too. Should we go top to bottom or bottom to bottom? Bottom to top, I think. Big battle there. The Noiverns against the Lunalas. Feature matchup coming up. Regirock against the Jolteons. A classic to be expected. The Deino against the Litwicks, of course. And the Dakar Drapion against the Cheshire Combees. Let's look at how big those matches could be in general. Because these are the Miles Conference standings to refamiliarize ourselves. How much do you know the standings off by heart at a random point in the season? Because having been away for over a week, I am completely refamiliarizing myself here. The Dakar Drapion are 0-3. The Bulus 1-2. Buckingham Bonslys 1-2. The London Lunalas really trying to steal the limelight for themselves after what has been a very strong start for the Red Hill Regirock, but of course mainly the Leeds Litwicks. This be a return to deep into the playoffs for the Jersey Jolteons, where they have been absent from for a long time. I think it's a bit too early to call, and their matchup against the Retro Regirock this week is certainly one to be excited about. Alright. What have we got here then? It is the Merseyside Mimikyu up against the Plymouth Pachirisu. Let us update the logos. Okay. Right. We have a Gigalith. And that looks like a very, very dangerous Excadrill with no Iron Head resistances bar the Thunderous, who doesn't really want to be staying in. A Lapras has come to the party. What a switch in to Iron Bundle that is. Blocking the flip turns, of course. A fantastic punish. While also being able to fire off freeze drives is never that bad. So there you go. I'm curious. Roaring Moon is here. Straight away on the open. I don't think it can one-shot the Conkeldurr. Does not choose to U-turn out, interestingly, as a knockoff is there. Perhaps it's Sash and didn't want to get rough-skinned or something? Or Mock-punched? It's a lot of damage from the Conkeldurr. Psychic will rip back into it. And will likely be forcing a switch. So in comes the Weezing. It's going to get knocked off as well, though. Conkeldurr going down is still something that I will be very happy to see. It could be switched out, save for a big powerful Mock Punch, which is a wise move. Terra Steel as a Strange Steam comes through. In comes Gigalith, looking to tank an easy Volt switch. And it is Superpower, in fact, predicting a switch to the Excadrill and covering off the Gigalith to an extent, but not enough damage due to that attack and defense drop. So the U-turn comes through. Defiant Tornadus. So you would assume that maybe Defiant because it's physical. That's what I would expect. Rest is there. Resto Chesto from the Gigalith. And it's there to switch back in another time. Which is big when the switch-ins that Tornadus is going to get this game are very limited. So here is the Sand Force. Holy moly. But Levitate Steel type says no. This Garchomp hits very, very strong, but I don't see what it's going to do to Levitating Steel type, unfortunately. And that is a lot of damage in response. How are you doing, Casper? Good to see you. Oh, goodness. Ambipom is in. The hand job. Very beautifully named. Slow blow with the Regenerator. Keep switching. Just keep switching. So what did Flo need to win this battle? Because I don't see them winning this. They're pretty much checked in every regard, and they haven't made any progress in the opening 11 turns, really. Conkeldurr has been all but used up. So they needed to set hazards big time, even though this is probably heavy duty boots Lapras anyway. But they need to be able to punish the switch in. Killing more monsters, right? Yeah. I mean, the Iron Bundle is so hard checked. The Tornadus is the Dangermon and Conkeldurr to an extent. Like Flame Orb was maybe overkill. Like you stay in, you get a knockoff. Ideally you have leftovers so that Rocky Helmet damage isn't as punishing. And then sometimes you just have to start predicting switches and pivoting into Tornadus to force yourself to posture aggressively. And then at some point catch the switch. It's very, very difficult because every single time you get in, you need to be clicking the correct move, be it Volt Switch or Superpower. And it's very, very hard because it's any error will allow Rye to get rocks up and have a huge punish on the Tornado switch-ins, which I assume is not Heavy Duty Boots. So we see Rest from the Lapras, does not care. Seemingly Sleep Talk, I would imagine, because this kind of just does its job by blocking switches, really. And indeed, it is Sleep Talk. Oh, goodness, it's Surf. Thankfully not Freeze Dry for flow's sake, but Gigalith will be the one to come in. Like, this needs to be Volt Switch sort of thing. It is Superpower. It's a lot of damage, but it's not enough. That's the key thing. It is not enough, and the sand continuing to chip the rocks. Painful. Roaring Moon says, I would like some death, and it's Thunder Punch. Oh my goodness, the 10% paralysis. And this thing won't be getting no kills, in fact. It stays in to be sacked off, but an over prediction. Expecting the switch as we see U-turn. Why is Roaring Moon so blurry? I mean, I feel like all of the Gen 9 sprites are kind of scuffy. When did this thing Terra Water? On an Excadrill or something? Yeah, it is Heavy Duty Boots Lapras, I think. What a role Lapras found this battle. Just really make sure that the door just wasn't shut and ajar. It was like really just completely shut. Scale shot there. But yeah, I mean, doesn't have Fire Blast, does it? Does have Outrage, but it's still not enough damage. Strange Steam cleans up Grumpers. Iron Bundle is in. Was the Hydro Pump necessary there? Like Freeze Dry would still kill the Weezing, no? Well, I mean, yeah. The Fling! Nice. Right, desperate for the 6-0. And she's gonna get it, I would think. With just one more switch to Slowbro. And then securing with the Lapras. It is a perfect Mon difference. Our Mon difference is very important. I mean, there's no need to be switching into, because the rocks do the job. There you go. That is the start of the Miles Conference. As entertaining as ever, as we expect that from this battle. The very purpley matchup of the London Lunalas and the Nottingham Noivern. Who will be disappointed here? That is the question. Okay, click Stone Axe, win game. Or click Knuckle Stack Terra Fairy and don't die. But Levi does, of course, have a Mega Venusaur. This could be a slow one, we'll see. There's a Golisopod here for some first impression return kills. Scaring some things out, I guess. The Mega Alakazam, of course. Very, very aggressive. Shuts down the Mega Venusaur, can perhaps sub up in front of it to dodge any Sleep Powders. It's not allowed to Nasty Plot, but it can Calm Mind. And against this amount of special attackers, that is quite scary because it needs to be scarfed Kleavor or Scarf Great Tusk to force it out. This is a very, very good Mega Alakazam game. No Pursuit Trappers either. Rotom is there as an awkward mon for Great Tusk to click its buttons into, and Angry Tinglu is very bulky, so what can you do? Kleavor is in, looking to set rocks the cool way, and why wouldn't it if it's got a Lumberry? It does not want to get itself Will-O-Wisp though, so in comes Raikou. But we see a Volt Switch, it's a great turn one. Of course there's no safe switch in there because you're expecting the Will-O-Wisp, so Great Tusk not going to come in. As here is Busted Ground Type 1. Busted Ground Type 2 comes in. Attack Raise. This is an early... Rotom has to come in. Does this thing get knockoff? Oh! 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 It's used its Synthesis thing buff. Didn't click knockoff. Click Rapid... Oh my god. I swear it gets knockoff. I've seen these things click knockoff. Oh, that is brutal for Levi. Does block the Volt Switch, but there's no attack boost now. And it's scared of being outsped and just Will-O-Wisp. So we're just seeing rock damage racked up here. This is so painful. And Tinglu is the freest switch ever on this thing. I mean, Scald is a thing, but like... Well, Toxic. It's a nice punish. Great Tusk in. As the spikes start laying up as well, we are seeing the hazards. And nothing is going to be allowing the spin to go off. Not one bit. Does it get knocked? It does get knockoff. Colbur was there. Imagine there was a knockoff the first time. Oh my goodness. Heavy Duty Boots Raikou can pivot somewhat, of course. Sawdust Board still very much in the driver's seat. Does not need to make any predictions at the moment. Scald, hitting, punishing the predictality. The Toxic will keep that punish somewhat going, but it's going to be another layer of spikes, surely. It's Whirlwind, in fact. What a punish. But very convenient that the Tusk comes out. As we see Rotom in. Does it die to a knockoff? It's Ice Spinner. That does kill. Primarina. Tracing of the Torrent. Probably not too impactful. That is a lot of damage, though. Too much damage, and that's why there's so many... Oh, hang on a minute. It lives. To get the flip turn off, and it crits. Maybe a chance for Levi here. As we see the U-turn, I would imagine, if it's Scarf Tornadus indeed. Terra Dark. And Defogging. Alright. A much needed defog, to be fair. There is the U-turn. No Terra revealed on the Knuckle Stacker. No need to, and you can potentially keep it there for the Golisopod. Salt Cure, a very good Mega Venusaur answer. Not very happy staying in on that whatsoever. And Tinglu can come in on a Mega Venusaur, because it is a Tinglu. Does not take damage. Is this thing allowed to learn Rest? Could you imagine it learning Rest? Oh my god. Giga Drain there. And it's happy to just trade for HP with Salt Cure. I think at this range, no longer that useful for Raikou, who can, as not being choiced, always just Scald to kill it. So that is the HP that Venusaur's going to finish with. I'm pretty sure we'll have a repeat this turn. What's going to come in? Well, it's going to be an Alakazam. But it's not going to click Psychic because the Tornado switch is a bit obvious. But Levi probably isn't going to hard switch in because he's scared of getting the Tornadus lost. So he just goes into like Raikou for a sack or something. Big Fat is there. It has Recover on Mega Alakazam. Sludge Bomb does not poison. Salt Cure is racking up. Venusaur is basically being sacked off here. It does have Calm Mind, of course. Recover Calm Mind. And Levi is in a really rough spot here. I guess not really. The Tornadus will always come in and force this thing out. and Roar. A nice play. I'm just worried about what kills the Knuckle Stack. I don't know. It's literally a 6-4 advantage for Levi, but it doesn't feel that way to me. Psychic just kills the Mega Venusaur. No care given. Just bring in the Tornadus and force me out. Is what Sword says. Knuckle Stack in. On the U-turn. Levi here. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see the Terra? There it is. Terra Fairy. Now that the Venusaur's gone. Substitute. Sub-Sword Dance. Is that what we're seeing? But Iron Defense doesn't care. But this thing, it won't be able to get unbody pressed because its defense is now too high. So the subs are going to break, meaning that Levi literally needs a crit. Does this thing have a high crit ratio move? X-Scissor is not very effective. There is body press. What kills this thing, guys? What kills this thing, huh? Physical, 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 physical. Primarina, if it's offensively invested enough, might. Is this too big brain for me? I mean, honestly, Ben, like, Gen 9, I just... Everything can win the game single-handedly if you play it right. Scald, 42% is a lot of damage. But it's well scouted. And I imagine something will come in now, or not. No fear. I guess this thing can't get burnt by Scald, can it? Because it's just immune to everything. Knock off. No more Eviolite. Could have certainly done with that before Primarina came in. Not quite sure what that was about. Primarina could have broken. But it is not to be. Bit of a misplay on Levi's part, I feel like. I see there's some timer drama going on, but like, I don't really want to get involved in that. Bleak Windstorm doing a lot of damage, but not enough damage at the moment. And you know it's going to miss. Assault Cure slowly stalls out the Tornadus. This is agonizing. Where are the critical hits? I shouldn't be forced to watch a 40-turn battle. This is like a 200-turn battle in previous generations. In comes Samurai Jack again. I mean, it can't do anything. This is over. The little Knuckle Stack boy ends the battle. It's a 4-0 win for the London Lunalas. And it's a tough one to take, I think, for the Nottingham Noivern, understandably. I feel they could have played that a lot better. But it's hard in the moment. And this Ting Lu Knuckle Stack combo of unkillability continues to just wear teams down from the inside out. That's where we're at. Our next battle. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. The Boldore and the Sleaford Snorlax. Okay. I see an Ice Cube and an Obama Snow. Yet he got down to 50 seconds on move timer. 50 is not that much, though, to be fair. I mean, it's kind of enough. Not if you want to calc every turn, though. Well, that's just the way I feel like when playing Draft League, you just assume your opponent wants to calc every turn and you're going to be there. I feel like I would always leave like half an hour for a Draft League battle. More than that is long. We have seen longer battles than that, so you never know. I don't know how long that battle in particular was. Alright, the Boldore. How many more kills can that number Wang get? Is the question. Let's find out. Boom! Hail against non-hail. Here we go. It's actually snow. Apologies. In comes the Hatterene. Rocky Helmet punish on the Mega Lopunny reveal. Runa Regis takes the Thunder Wave / Nuzzle that it would have been expecting. Surprised at no Nuzzle, in fact. Shadow Ball. And it's there to do some damage. Obama comes in, sets up the Veil. Very cool that it has Veil, as in comes Nihilego. Behind the Veil, Super Fang cares not for your Veil. Does half the HP, revealing the Black Sludge on the Nihilego. Indeed, Stealth Rock's up. Does this eel have something special for you? It does have Liquidation, which does put the Nihilego into kill range just about. Doesn't force a switch. The simple Sludge Bomb in a bit of retaliation. Oh no, Super Fang missing, and it's just an over prediction from Isurdo, who was expecting a switch back to a Bomber Snow, but I don't know why, considering it would always have died to then to like a Flamethrower. And it's a poison on the Sludge Bomb. Nihilego healing back up here. A disaster set of turns for the Boldore. Brass Knot, more damage as well. Wandering Spirit will get across and it'll take Beast Boost, but at what cost? Sets the rocks. This has gone so sideways. Oh my god. Brass Knot there kills the Runa Regis. And that's one less potential punish for the Melmetal, who pretty much is left in terms of answers at just Incineroar. If in doubt, switch a Mega Lopunny and click a button, and something will usually die though, and it does finally. Ice Q is in. Now this thing with the icy face does get a return to said face rather than a U-turn. Does surprise me. We see the Rocky Helmet as it goes for the Whirlpool, trapping the Mega Lopunny in. And this Mega Lopunny ain't so happy about that. Can it get out with the U-turn as we see Snowscape gets its ice face back? And then it can click Hail, right? As we see Rocky Helmet and Whirlpool stalling out. Quick Attack will chip it and die to the Rocky Helmet. Expecting Ice Shard, but it was actually Freeze Dry. So in comes, that's number one. Hatterene is in. Wait, it's Flamethrower. What? Why would you ever... Expecting Melmetal, I guess. And seemingly choiced. It's forced right out. You see Psychic taken by the Eel. Eel, an absolute champ now for the free knockoff. Let's go for Rest, in fact. Wow. This thing, hanging the Chesto Berry, it's just that bulky without AV. My goodness. I forgot how insane this mon is. Saving the battle right now for the Bolt and Boldore. Getting the Volt switch off, but who wants to take this really is the big question. Incineroar, that's your Melmetal switch in. Munka Gigo does take it. A risky play, but had to be made for the Isurdo after they let the Lopunny get taken out and overplayed versus an Nihilego. They've forced themselves into this corner. They're trying to wriggle themselves out of it. They're on the way, but let's not forget there's a Slush Rush, angry, spiky, dog-looking weird thing in the back for the Snorlax. Melmetal is in. Isurdo will happily take that. It gets the Will-O-Wisp off. Oh, God. Switching Melmetal in on the mon that's designed to answer it is rich. Double Rocky Helmet recoil. An absolute travesty. But then, in frankness, like, where else is the answer to this Incineroar? Oh, this is painful to watch. Goodness, Rocky Helmet. Well, here comes Incineroar. The Abomasnow in the Incineroar, I don't think it kills with Ice Shot. And in fact, knockoff. What does this thing? It doesn't have a fight. What is happening? What is happening? Harm of the 38 months. How have you been? Good to see you again. Down goes Abomasnow. No, down the Abomasnow brings the Incineroar. Oh, no, I am out of this right now. 3v3, and that's number one is here. Surely it kills through the Veil. Terra Normal. Boom! Down goes the Abomasnow. And here is the Slushy Rushy. Does it kill is the question. Does not kill with the Earthquake. Boom Burst crit kills. Surely an Ice-type move would have killed. But expecting a switch into the Azumarill. I cannot believe the turn I've just watched. But in fairness, had to catch the Azumarill switch, as Azumarill is always going to be kept in the back. 3-0. The Boldore win. And we move on in the Miles Conference to the Ontario Oshawott against the Scotland Samurott. First win of the season we are hunting for Techo. Morning, of course. It is morning for you. I don't know how many hours are you behind. Well, if you technically look at it the right way, you're just that far ahead. $7:37 a.m. Nice. Nice. Sounds like breakfast. I actually didn't have breakfast today, and I'm kind of feeling it. I hate missing breakfast. What is this mon? Al Creamy. Salted cream version. Why is there a salted cream version of a Pokemon? I mean, didn't Rotom already take it a bit far? I don't know. Let's see. What have we got in store? There's a Jumpluff as well. This looks like a fun battle to me. Ludicolo is the opener. Looking for that quick rain dance against a Torkoal. Jumpluff comes in, looking for chlorophyll action. But it is rain dance. And this thing, Ice Beam, threatening, has to... I mean, there's no switch. Expecting a Mew switch. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what that play was. Expecting a switch into that Alcremie, I think. Does it have Toxic Spikes? Well, it's hard to get them out against Torkoal. There's no spin blocker here. Alcremie has 50 different versions. They're all just aesthetic. Okay, cool. Well, nothing can stop this spin, so I feel like Techo has completely missed their chance with the Rain Dance. But the Ontario Oshawott will happily take this. And it's just a yawn. Again, Techo expecting a switch to this Alcremie and really wanting to catch it out. Because they were expecting, of course, the Draco Meteor prediction of itself. Well, Walking Weight comes in now. Ludicolo, a great answer, of course. Let's get the raise off special. Oh, never mind. Jumpluff is in. Are we going to see a Rain Dance again? We do. Is it a hard switch to the Torkoal now, though? It's Scald predicting the Torkoal. Oh my goodness. Imagine if Techo had just clicked Ice Beam on turn 2. Christ. U-turn critting as well is absolutely brutal. Torkoal now in and in the sun. How much does Ludicolo really do? Jumpluff is going to come back. On another, this time Hydro Pump. Not even a Scald for the punish of burn. Poison. Terra Poison. Tanks the U-turn. What is this? Now, where's the Walking Weight? I guess there's a Latias and there's a Tentacruel. Walking Weight does not really do much to any of them. Okay. Terra Poison. The rain is up. I guess Walking Weight can use that as well. Well, here comes the Jumpluff. Toxic. What? Terra Poison Toxic so that it can't miss. It's actually not running. Oh my god. It's not running Ice Beam. Scald plus Hydro Pump. Oh my god. This is some 4D chess. Aromatherapy. It lives. Torkoal. Alright. I mean, I kind of get not having Ice Beam and you wouldn't expect Jumpluff to come. But what are you going to hit Walking Wake with? Would you not want at least Giga Drain? I mean, I would understand if it... I don't know. Sludge Wave for max damage. Solar Beam Alcremie. That is cool. Cake by the Ocean. Very cool. Doesn't do any damage because Tentacruel is a bit of a gamer. So Mew's going to have to come in. Swords Dance. Mew is taking hits Is it going to start to deal them out, or are we going to see a Baton Pass Cosmic Power? We are definitely seeing a Baton Pass into the Charizard X and Teko. Do you have the haze? Surely you have the haze. It's Rapid Spin as the last move, isn't it? It is. Oh my goodness. Teko can't do anything about it. It's just going to sweep. It's just going to go insane. Oh my god. It's happening. Undersynchronize. It's a disaster. Oh god. Oh, this is so painful. Why? No phasing answer. We've seen this before, though. We've seen the Oshawott try and set up. What Decidueye have? Does it have Whirlwind? It can no longer escape, but I think Baton Pass still works. It does. It does. Oh, God. This is the most boosted Charizard X you're ever going to see. Does it just Dragon Dance for even more? No, it just kills. Why not? Why not? Why not just embrace the killing? I mean, a crit from Latias does save here. Or also Medicham, I guess, but it's probably a speed tie, so kind of awkward. That is 6% damage. Speed tie City, speed tie City. Oh, Ice Punch for the freeze, but fire types can't get frozen. And Medicham is gone. This is going to be a 6. Oh, man. Moltres in, Hurricane Confusion. Nope. That's a lot of damage as well from Moltres. Damn. Latias here. Does it kill, maybe? It does not quite kill. Oh, it's brutal. Oh, and the roost. Oh, the roost. And it's a forfeit. I mean, yeah. Alright. Congrats for the hyper setup of the Oshawott here. We move on, and we have got the Bradford Bulu up against the Buckingham Bonsly. Now, this is certainly a potential spicer, given the Bulus have already got on the win board early this season. And this has certainly not been the hottest start in recent times, at least, for the Buckingham Bonsly. We're looking more like a return to old at the moment. I see a Wall Rain. You are in VC together. Oh, well, that just means it's going to be content. Okay. Clodsire is the opener. No Valiant, as I guess it. I don't know. He just gets walled by Mega Sableye. Stealth Rocks are up. It's a nice early start for Tim. He does get the Yawn punish as well. It's a really good Yawn from Cloddy. As Flygon in are weirdly on the heavy duty boots. Heavy duty boots Flygon does seem like a very odd one to me. U-turn. Maybe it's Terra Fire or something. What was Vex expecting? I don't even know, man. Water Pulse 58%. Light Screen. It's not going to be enough to live. Clodsire will come in. Is it Water Absorb? It is. Very good answer to the Mega Blastoise, of course. Rapid Spin does go off now finally, but at what cost? Yawn is back. Stay in and yawn again, Tim. Alpha, you won't. He doesn't. But he does go into Kartana, which is very, very alpha. Sacred Sword. Boom! And I cannot believe Vex has stayed in that. But he has clearly lost his mental. He cannot deal with Tim's superior prep as at the moment. Wall Rain is in. That is a fire punch. U-turn is there. Scizor on the response. Is it predicted? No. Clodsire in on the potential U-turn. And there it is. How does Vex wrangle this game out? I mean, there are no Earthquake immunities. You can click it now. Protect is there. It's Dragon Dance! Oh my god! Are you serious? No way, man. No way! That is wild. Dragon Dancing in front of the Yawn. Oh my goodness. Dragon Dance again. Yep. You are joking. No. Terror Ground. There's no immunities. Extreme Speed, surely, on the Arcanine. What is this, Sucker Punch? It doesn't even get it, does it? Oh my god. No. No. Extreme Speed on Arcanine. Surely. Surely. Oh, I thought Tim had done it. He played so well. He played so well until that point. Oh my god, Terrafire. Oh, why is it not Terraflying? Imagine Terraflying. Ah! Terrafire for Scizor is quite overkill. Normal Scizor especially has no special defense. I respect it. That's tragic. But Vex has pulled that win out, and frankly, he did really need it. He's pulled that one out of nowhere. It's a classic Gen 9 20 turner. Alright. We move on, and we have got the Tampa Turtwig and the Super Hoopa. Two teams probably a little bit more in form than anyone really expected out of them this season. Alright. Let's go, Sneasler and Dragapult. Let's see what they can do. A nice early opener getting the Giga Chad in, but the Energy Ball is taken very easily by sub to my Twitch, the Galarian Moltres, who will look for the free U-turn you would expect. It is actually going to Agility on turn 2. Wow. And Agility Nasty Plot it is. Volt Switch, Wackenberry. Okie dokie. Hokey cokey. This is going to do some fucking damage, but the Terror is out. Air Slash for the... It's down. And the whole load got blown. The Terror is revealed. But the Terror holds. Well played from Luke. A little overzealous from Nelson. As Mega Dancy in. Cannot. Can. Very much can break the Aromatisse. Even without that crit, potentially. Protect is there, but... Oh, gee whiz. Needing a Diamond Storm whiff is Luke, but it is not to be. This is going to be an early force of the King Gambit you would expect. Indeed it is. Free switch for the Arcanine. Actually stays in. Nelson perhaps predicting the over... Predict, but maybe just overconfident that he had the defense raises. It's still a Mega Dancy at the end of the day. And that's a Mon that could have been used later to check the Rotom Heat and somewhat Dragapult, so I am surprised by that. Classic Teleport Arcanine play, but down to just Goldengo in terms of offensive Mons. Here it is. Shadow Ball. I think Nelson's just... He's ran out of offensive Mons. There's an Umbreon, but like... Is it Curse Sleep Talk? Because it's just going to get banged by Sneasler, and Sneasler is here. Let's see it go up against a classic, one of the best physical walls in all of Draft League history, Domfan. Let's see how it does. Arcanine of all monsters, probably the last you would have expected. Pops the White Herb on Acrobatics. What? What? Huh? Predicting the Intimidate to use Acrobat. I mean, alright. Umbreon on the Sucker Punch, but Kowtow Cleave. Does that do more damage in terms of death to mons as well? I don't really know. Iron Head is a fair bit of damage, but it is not enough right now. What is the point of you, King Gambit, man? You've got 2 allies falling, you're still not two-shotting an Umbreon. Weak. Kowtow Cleave kills, though, through the Intimidate. Oh, man, that's brutal. I was expecting Donphan, and now we have no Arcanine on the field. Can Gholdengo really do this? I don't think so. Rotom and the... Oh. Well, then. Any foul players? Boop! Outspeeds the King Gambit. That boy is sat down, and he is slow. So, poor Sneasler basically cannot do much you'd expect to the Gholdengo, as we see... Gholdengo is immune to both stabs! Oh my god, the Thunder Wave 10% miss. Surely this has got something. It actually might not. The Shadow Ball. What? Dragapult sacked. Rotom Heat in. Forcing a switch. Here's the Volt Switch. No, it's not Volt Switch. Oh my god. Oh. I guess it's Volt Switch now, but this is a wish now. Oh my god. What move does this have? Knock off? No, it doesn't. It doesn't do any. Why are you protecting? It's gonna Sword Stance. What? What is happening? What is happening? What is this battle? I hate this battle so much. Bro, no! Why would you? Why would you switch on that? Oh my god! He's gonna get away with it. Oh my god. And the Super Hooper are going to hold. Just. Okay. 2-0 is the score. Let's move on from that one. Oh god. It's time. The Leeds Litwicks are back, and they are back in action against our back-to-back finalist here, Season 8 champion, Flupkey. The Vs Deino roll onto the field to reassert who the best purple team is. Of course, we actually will see the Combees against the Dakar Drapion after this, but it has not been a hot return for the Dakar Drapion just yet. Here we go. Is it Shitwick time? We have Chilly Reception into Slush Rush Arctovish ready to try and do some work. I don't know how much it can really do. It does threaten the Talonflame and the Sandy Shocks, though. I see Iron Hands. I'm happy, but it's so slow and gets basically banged by literally everything. So that's kind of unfortunate, but it can maybe 1v1 the Baxcalibur. So let's see. Tapu Koko is in. And it's a Florges lead. Unexpected from Flupkey. We see the Taunt. And it does catch a turn 1 Wish. Wow, that really says how Flupkey wants to play this one. Moonblast is there. Let's get the drop on the steel working anchoring boy. Facing a switch into Talonflame. We see Poltergeist. Nicely read. Wow. No real switch-ins, of course. The Mouse Guard are a bit too frail. We see Flare Blitz taken. Slowking now in. Oh, the Will-O-Wisp misses. I mean, it's the one that Phalis would have wanted it on. I guess the Bug would have been the best of all switches. Sludge Bomb there. Crunch. Colbur Berry eaten. And gets the Thunder Wave off. Is it Lum? No. People don't run Lum nowadays. There's way too many other busted items you can run. Why run status moves when you can hit things? Chilly Reception is there. And that is going to be a full HP unburned Slowking. Very fortunate for Phalius. As we see, the boy is in. Ruler of everything. Killing with the Drain Punch. We're expecting no Flame Body, I would assume. And that's first kill of the battle to the leads Litwicks after 9 turns. Here is Sandy Shocks. Does get the Energy Booster attack raise. Naomi's in on the Earth Power. Terra Ground Earth Power. It's a lot of damage, but it's not enough right now. It is so fast that it should probably be able to kill with something. I don't know what else it gets, though. Volt Switch is damage. That is a very sad Meowscarada, by the way. Getting caught by an Anchor Shot on switching. This Delmise has done a lot of work this battle, and the Phalius' leads Litwicks are actually on top of the Dino so far. And I did not think I'd be saying that. They do tank a Volt Switch to the face, as is the unfortunate reality. Without a ground type, we see no Terra Ground action. Mirror Coat! Mirror Coat Bug! Is that Assault Vest Mirror Coat? Holy shit. That is not Assault Vest because it's Sticky Web. Fucking plays from Phalius. You can just kill with a liquidation. And does. Who is this guy? Celesteela is in. Tapu Koko in response. See Leech Seed go up, but Flucky is trying to buy time. He's not an advantage. He's not in an advantageous spot though. He doesn't want to be playing a slow battle. He's trying to play Gen 4 in Gen 9, which is fine when you've got the bulkier and better positioning, but he doesn't. Thunderbolt taken. An oversight from Phalius, who, to be fair, is ahead to the point where he doesn't need to predict now. He will just U-turn out. I don't think there's any happy switch-ins to this. Arachnid's going to come in. I think it's pretty much being sacked off. Does it outspeed after the Sticky Web? I don't think so. Although maybe it does, because Flupkey is a bit worried. We see Terra Ground. Wow. Maybe that was read by Flupkey, actually. Nice play from Flupkey. We know he can do it, but we just don't expect him to be pushed into a corner like this by Phalius, who is playing like a demon. This Galarian Slowking, of course, able to put a lot more pressure on than it would have, having not taken that damage earlier in the battle and not got burnt either. And the misfortune against Flupkey, but it's Chilly Reception, and Arctivish can come in here. And it just does. It's just going to click fucking liquidation, bro. It's going to headbutt you in the face. Meowscarada's gone. The Sticky Web's up. It's over. It's got Vicious Wren. Fuck this. Bro. The Litwicks are going to be 4-0. 4-0. This is... They haven't even had an easy schedule. That's the crazy thing about it, right? They haven't even had an easy schedule. They're beating good players. I don't know. Swords Dance! Is it not still slower, though? This thing's slow as heck. It is. It's still outsped. Phalius was a little bit baited, I think, there by Flupkey switching out earlier. It's a nice little bluff in that case. I don't think it's going to change the outcome of the battle, but it might certainly have changed the score. That damage. What has Phalius been smoking? I don't know. I just feel like sometimes Phalius is going to show up. Sometimes he's not. We all know he's got his talents. He never really thrived in the game how it was before. But now that they've completely broken the game, it takes a man like Phalius to piece it back together. And he seems to be doing that. And there is the kill with the Earth Power, but it doesn't matter. One more chilly reception and it's lights. Or what? No. What? Nice. Double from Failures to force the Celesteela switch. The Celesteela is going to get the Protect off, and we know that it can very happily just go straight back into the Sandy Shocks. Has he got Grass Knot? Is he going to click it? I'd lose my mind if he has Grass Knot and clicks it. It's Dazzling Gleam. He predicts the switch anyway. Failures is clicking buttons, and he is running them perfectly. U-turn to pick up the kill, and that will be that. I don't see how Batskalaga can turn this. It's going to be straight in on webs. And here it is. Icicle Crash needs flinches badly. Doesn't find it. This Thunder Wave locks its target again. Does go straight for the Glaive Rush, but again, it's just not enough damage. Chilly reception. But Coco's going to come in, and Coco is going to clean up. I don't know what to say. The Jolteons Deino are going to be 2-2. That's unheard of. And yet it's because the Leeds Litwicks. The Leeds Litwicks. I guess they had a big city to support. You know, there's a lot of pressure and expectation. All of Leeds backing them. And one of the most popular cities we've got. But now that the Ludicolos have moved to Leeds as well, and there's the Leeds Ludicolos, they're under a bit less pressure. Maybe that's the sort of thing that they need to thrive. He's traded away Coco? I don't know. I mean, that's kind of weird. I don't know why he would do that when he's got Iron Hands. That's kind of cool. I mean, if he trades away them both, I guess there's sense of it. I don't know. Oh, wait. Failures has taken Balian. The Shitwicks are back. We've got the Combees in action against the currently bottom of the conference, the Drapions. If you had a fiver on that at the start of the season, you'd probably be a millionaire. Alright. Here we go. I see a lot of angry hitters and a lot of trollage on the side of the Cheshire Combees. Let's see. A lead Ditto. Very cool. As an answer to the Weavile, of course. Predicting a switch. Predicting off the low kick or brick break. But actually, it's a stay in and knock off from Mojang. Very alpha play there. Gets the Rocky Helmet as well. As we see Earthworm probably setting rocks. Rocks indeed. As in comes the Slowking on this angry bullseye. It has been a hard run, but like he shouldn't be winless. He can win this. So there's a chilly reception. Rocks up. Iron defense. We are seeing the body press attempted. As all of this Dom fan vibes. There's rapid spin. And Focus Blast has to hit here. Ditto's going to come in, predicting it. Thanks very happily. A Shadow Ball as well. Very nice. That's a choiced Lele, unfortunately for Lele. As we see more damage. This is brutal. What a play from Ditto. Knockoff will get rid of the Scarf. Finally. Not that it's doing that much, though. The Shadow Ball is still coming through, and it's going to be able to pick up the kill. I'm surprised a little bit at no Weavile switch in there, but I guess Mo didn't want to risk it. Propagrigus could have been a really value sack, especially when you need it against these mons. Terra Fairy to tank the U-turn. Of course, Ditto is allowed to Terra. And it's Nature's Madness on that switch. Chipping the Weavile down. Will that chip end up mattering? We'll see. Lele in. This is the Dangermon, but there is a Slowking there. Stealth Rocks have gone back up. Beedrill's worst nightmare. Shadow Ball, and it stays in, does it have Heavy Slam? It does have Heavy Slam, and it's a one-shot. Holy shit, what is this stupid Mon? It's just a bony snake-looking thing. Bulk Up is there. Angry Tauros. I don't even know what this thing does. Body Press ain't going to do nothing this time. Fire, Water. Double Bulk Up. I mean, I want to be excited for this thing. But, like, Iron Defense is a thing. And... okay, it does die. But, like, this Banette is not going to allow this, you know? Slowking comes in. Hold up. Trailblaze is no damage. Jesus. And Psychic picks up the kill. Eval in, but Slowking has done its job. And has to Sword Stance to try and get the win. Slowking is always going to stay in there. Doesn't get the kill, though! Except, unfortunately, for Mojack, he would need to... oh. As both take damage, in comes the Darmanitan. Flare Blitz, gone. And the Dakar Drapion will remain winless at the start of this season. But we won't be talking about the standings just yet, as we do have a featured matchup to go to, which is very exciting. Is Finchy here is my question, as I haven't really clarified with them. And the time for him may have come out of nowhere. If he's not here, that's okay. But we'll really look at the battle, and I will attempt to understand everything. I will give him a couple minutes. I don't think he's here. Oh my god, see Sam Allardyce back in the Prem? Who's he managing? Leeds. That is such a Sam Allardyce job, isn't it? Alright, I'm going to bring up the featured match replay. But I'm going to give you a channel point prediction first. It's going to be a very, I don't know. Educated. Yet 2 minutes to predict. And these are the teams. So you can look at the teams and ask yourself, who is going to be winning this battle? That has to be Prankster Sunny Day Murkrow. From what I'm seeing. We'll put the Regirock on this side, as they were meant to be here. Predict with your channel points up there. And let's see who the most educated of you are. Almost none of them have leaked the actual result of this. And we should be very, very curious as to how things go. Rain against surely Sun. As we have the big boy Grimmsnarl there to set up the screens. It's so oppressive from the Jolteons with the Ferrothorn, the Rain, Dracovish, and the Angry Bird alongside Mega Swampert. This is quite literally Atch's wet dream. We will be expecting, surely someone is just going to click Sunny Day against him. It's going to happen. Someone is going to do it. These Mons literally don't function in the sun. And I'm sure this is Prankster Sunny Day Murkrow. It has to be. We've literally got Protosynthesis Brute Bonnet. Like, come on. But is Atch going to go demon mode and run some more rain dances of his own? I mean, I could see rain dance on the Ferrothorn and the Grimmsnarl, that's for sure. And it could certainly, there could be 3 rain dancers plus a Pelipper when you count the Mega Swampert. So let's see about the lead here. I mean, this is a feature matchup, so we're going to attempt to analyze it. Keyword attempt. So if you're Finchy, I think you're probably opening Rotom Wash on the basis that it can punish the Grimmsnarl with a Will-O-Wisp. I'm pretty sure they gave Rotom Defog for no apparent reason. You can Will-O-Wisp the Ferrothorn. You can Fret and Volt Switch on the Pelipper. It's definitely the best lead. You could open Magneton if you want to try and be cheeky and catch the Ferrothorn real quick. If actually smart, he will just be respecting the Magneton, and it has to run Shed Shell. And on the bright side for him, there's only really one knockoffer, unless Brute Bonnet gets knockoff as well, which I guess it probably does. So yeah. How much damage can Iron Moth do this time? I don't know. I'm assuming it gets grass type coverage. If it's Scarf, does it outspeed Mega Swampert? Yes, if it's max speed, exactly. It does, because it hits what? 525 instead of a double of 262. Yeah. It literally outspeeds by 1 if it's Scarf Iron Moth. Scarf Iron Moth outspeeds Swampert in the rain. Just. Yeah. There's no safe switch-ins to the Iron Moth. There really isn't. It really puts a lot of pressure on Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl does get Prankster T-Wave though, doesn't it? So, kind of interesting. For Atch, I mean, you want to click Pelipper always, obviously. But I could see him not clicking it. Let's see. He probably sticks to his guns and just opens it because he's Atch, and that's exactly what he does. Scizor is the opener in response. You see, for me, this is very weird. Because Scizor, in general, doesn't really like any of these mons other than, like, Mega Swampert and Grimmsnarl. So, not ideal. I would be curious, Finchy's reasoning behind this, but I guess we will learn that in time. Does get the Mega off. Does he want a School to the Face is the thing. Go straight for a Trailblaze. And it's a U-turn from Atch, surprisingly. I think Atch expected a switch, to be honest. So we see the Ferrothorn come in. Will it be U-turn now from the Scizor? I mean, Trailblaze U-turn isn't really ideal. It's just going to start setting up in the face, and I respect that. This is very alpha. Leech Seed misses. Oh my god, I thought it would be Rocks. And so did Finchy. He thought he'd get a free punish. He's been very, very lucky at how free that was. Trailblaze again. I mean, I guess Ferrothorn can't actually do damage. It can set hazards, though. And it is. I mean, this thing gets close combat now, doesn't it? It does. And down goes the Ferrothorn. For a lot of damage. This is a double dance to Mega Scizor. You do not see this very often. As it does outspeed. It's just going to kill. Wait, what? So it's Trailblaze, but unfortunately, it has not got enough speed. It's a very, very cool idea if it had the correct EVs and spread, but unfortunately it does not outspeed the Swampert, who it could... I mean, this could have been GG. This could actually have been instant GG. But I'm afraid not. And we see that it is Damp Rock Pelipper, of course. Iron Moth does outspeed. When it's Scarf, I told you, by 1 speed, Atch does not seem to respect it. And down he goes. All right. Weather Ball there. Rotom Wash, a great switch in to Kilowattrel. Not when it misses Hydro Pump. Kilowattrel with the Thunder. 59%. And a hard switch into Magneton now. As Grimmsnarl comes out. Light screen is there. Just flash cannon straight through it. No fucks given. Rotom Wash now. Pivot then. Is that... Stomping Tantrum being dodged. Wow. Parting Shot is there. Volt Switch from the Rotom Wash would be perfect for Finchy. All the Whispers there, trying to catch a greedy switch to the Dracovish. Murkrow in on the Pelipper, who does look to try and get the kill. Just click Sunny Day, please. Someone click Sunny Day against this team. It has. Cranks to Sunny Day. And that's got to be game. I don't see a way for Ash to win this. He just clicks Roost and Thunder Wave. And this Murkrow can't die. I feel like you see the... I feel like the second I saw the prep from Finchy and the Regirock, this was... like, such a good matchup. They prepped so properly. There's the full para as well. I mean, the game's done the second that para lands. It could have missed. Haze is cool, I guess. Brute Bonnet is in. Rightly saving the Murkrow. Brute Bonnet wants to go bonk. He wants to get the bonk. Block that Synthesis. Hurricane! Sucker Punch is some damage. Roost? It is just Hurricane. Of course, it wouldn't have been Roost if Sucker Punch actually landed. Magneton is in. Terra Ice. Right. Well, that is something. Why Terra Ice? It must be for something I've forgotten is on Ash's draft. And now Murkrow. Murkrow's... Is this a throw? Why wouldn't you save the Murkrow? I guess it isn't... Hydro Pump outspeeds. This is a Scarfed Rotom Wash as well. And I guess Scarf Iron Moth should be able to deal with things. Dazzling Gleam is there. Does just about kill. Oh. No parting shot attempts. Dracovish can tank through and kill with Vicious Rend. Does it get Earthquake? Is it choiced? All these are questions that need to be answered. I don't believe this. There's no way. I just can't believe the hard counter Murkrow. The literal win con. I mean, Finchy's upset about the Hydro Pump miss in the chat of the replay. And I agree. I mean, if Hydro Pump hits, this never ends up being that close. But this was in the bag. This should have been 2-0, maybe even 3-0. What is this debuff aura when Atch plays? I don't understand. He's like the UEA of Draft League. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. This team had been so hard countered. It was so in the bag. And the Jersey Jolteons will remain unbeaten. I mean, the Scizor could have destroyed. Let's see what that does to the standings here. At the end of week 4, And the Merseyside Mimikyu, after absolutely squeezing the Mon difference, will be far up and away at 17 Mon difference. Who is surprised? The Jersey Jolteons joined the Leeds Litwicks of all teams. Now that is surprising. At 4-0, followed by the London Lunalas and the Cheshire Combees in what does instantly feel like a runaway top 5, actually, though. Buckingham Bonsly are back up into the playoffs after a very shaky start. The Red Hill Regirock do still join them with the Bolton Boldore, the Dins Deino, and Nottingham Noivern knocked back down to 2-2. And the Dakar Drapion have got a long way to go. A real underwhelmment for the Tampa Turtwig, who started so strong, only to drop 3 on the bounce now. And once again, the Miles Conference does show itself as very shallow and unimpressive compared to these Giga Chads over here, my babies. But hey, in terms of next week, in the Miles Conference, we have got stuff. Seemingly no replays done. Dakar Drapion play the Jersey Jolteons. Dakar Drapion 0-5. Tampa Turtwig Bolton Boldores. The Leeds Litwicks play the London Lunalas. There is not a chance the London Lunalas lose that. I cannot. There's no way the Leeds Litwicks stay unbeaten. It's not possible. The Dins Deino play the Merseyside Mimikyu. Big battle there. And the Super Hoopa versus Nottingham Noivern, of course, is featured. Meanwhile, every single game is a fucking banger in the Smiles Conference. We have the Yorkshire Yanma playing the Gloucestershire Gallade. The Ariana's Altarias playing the Belfast Blazikens. The Ponyta Ponyta against the Berkshire Bellossom. The Mimes playing the Ensta Entei. Have only just got their first win of the season. The Rotoms will play the SuperRods. Will Sigmoid get another dub? The Leeds Ludicolas against the Irish Inkays. Both teams needing their first dub of the season. One of them will get it. The Scunthorpe Scorbunny, the Amsterdam's Aggron, play in a very big battle. The Litten play the Stockmartin Starmies, and the Arnhem Appletuns play the Limerick Lumineon. It's actually crazy, this Smiles Conference. How we do this every season and make the Smiles Conference so much better, I do not know. It's impressive. As for the Mon leaderboard for this season, it will have developed a little bit since our opening week, and Gallade is still at the top now. And a lot of kills just went the way of Mega Charizard X. How Iron Moth could certainly have gotten more, but it was not to be. Not to be, it was. And X-Bloud still number 4. Roaring Moon has to settle at down number 5. Megalopony, of course, up there. Only one of the Megaloponies, though, I might add. As the likes of Flygon and Tapu Koko round out the top 10. Alright. Last conference entertaining because everyone is throwing battles. Did you just watch the featured matchup? That was embarrassing. You've got a player clicking the same 3 moves and they're unbeaten. They just click Rain Dance and Vicious Rend and Hurricane. That's it. Sometimes they don't even click Rain Dance. They just switch in a Pelipper and it's just working. And the one time someone just clicks Sunny Day, they win the battle instantly, except they then throw to them. Like it's... Anyway. If we get the replays in time... we can have a week 5 stream. If not, then I guess we'll just delay to next Sunday. I don't know. Click moves with the Gallade. Yep, that's fair. Yeah. I'm going to stream Emerald Kaizo now. I feel like I'm kind of scared to open Emerald Kaizo. I don't know. I feel like we're so deep. We're so far in attempt 37. It's already the second furthest attempt. And I'm just scared to open the game. I don't know what to do. Like, I need to get into the swing. I need to quickly click stop streaming and start streaming, you know? So, I'll be away for just a few seconds, but I honestly should be back up very fast. So I will see you hopefully in about 30 seconds. See how fast I can turn this over, actually. I'm going to go for a world record.